It's day 24 of the Writers Guild of America strike, and it's showing no signs of ending as films and TV shows shut down production.
Before there is a piece of writing, there is nothing. There are no actors, there are no directors, there are no producers, there's nothing. So to devalue the one thing that gives you all employment strikes us as very, wrong-headed, wrong-hearted.
Without the writers and the actors, there's no story and there's no one to bring the story to life. So, we're very much a collaborative effort out here.
Actors have been joining writers on the picket lines both in New York and LA. This as the SAG-AFTRA Actors Union set a June 5th deadline for its members to cast ballots in a strike authorization vote. If approved, the measure would allow union leaders to call a work stoppage if they cannot reach a new contract agreement with major Hollywood studios. The writers' strike has disrupted production of late-night shows and some TV series, but some filming is continuing. A strike by actors would lead to a broader shutdown across the industry. The WGA strike is happening at a pivotal time in Hollywood. Our media expert Mohit Rajhans joins us now to discuss more. Mohit, can you explain a little bit about how important writers are to TV and film productions?
Yeah, Kelly, I've been very lucky to follow movies and technology for over 2 decades. And the cross-section to me always impresses me, considering the fact that writers are the type of people that have always been needed in its purest form. You need the idea. You need the script. Even in reality television, you need to have a story that you sell against. And the fact that the writers right now are actually fighting doesn't mean they're actually just fighting for more wages. They're actually fighting for the soul of an industry right now that's being toppled as a result of many innovations and so much uncertainty about how the future of the industry is going to be able to withstand some of these changes.
Part of the reason why writers are striking is that they are seeking a modernized contract that reflects how streaming has changed the media landscape. So how has it changed media?
Well, make no mistake about it, streamers now are competing with big budget movies the same way that everyone in the attention economy is really competing for your time. Whether you're on your phone or you're actually watching a movie in a movie theater, that is your time that streamers have sort of disrupted in this model of entertainment. And so now film studios are grappling with the fact that this is the Netflix effect, the fact that so many streamers exist and these shows are being sold on all of these streamers, but where do the writers actually fit into making that money? Are we just looking at all of these rights being sold and only the rich getting richer? So the Hollywood system is failing in 2 separate ways right now. It's not rewarding the people that have done the work properly, but it's also not put himself in a situation where they could even figure out how do we reward writers, for example, in this situation. The other thing that's interesting about this, Kelly, is that we're in the busiest time in Canada when it comes down to servicing Hollywood. And without these scripts, we don't have people working in production. So there is a ripple effect on how this strike is affecting the Canadian film industry. And I think it's important to point that out.
And the strike is also bringing attention to the entertainment industry's gradual evolution. How are new tech innovations impacting TV and film productions?
What's wonderful about the opportunity right now is that anyone can be a filmmaker, whether you live in a basement or whether you have a bunch of friends and you've got the technology, everything is accessible. The rebuilding of the film situation right now, the film industry right now is happening because of 3 reasons. One, it's decentralized. Hollywood is starting to feel the effect of international cinema and knows that they can't compete with the way international cinema has box office revenue around the world. 2, of course, artificial intelligence in the way that people are making films. You're seeing sets use a little or less amount of people, and there's less labor needed. And the future of filmmaking is going to be less about the number of people you can bring together and more about how you can be more efficient with what you're making, with what you're using resource-wise. And 3, and this might be one of the most integral parts, you don't need to be in one physical place to make a film anymore. You can have an international crew working on it. You can have dailies done one place and it can be shot somewhere. It can be all virtual. And none of that is what Hollywood is prepared for right now.
Our viewers can read more of your insights at thinkstart.ca. Thanks so much for joining us, Mohit.
My pleasure, Kelly. Thanks for having me.